Thank you for joining us today on the BlueMilk podcast, where we talk about anything and everything Star Wars related. I'm one of three hosts, BJ.
I think I'm Jacob.
I'm drinking.
And...
So, Dirk, what's the topic today? Or what are the topics today?
Well, Galaxy's Edge has been open for a while.
Yeah.
So...
Has it really?
Yeah, it has.
How long's a while?
I don't know, a while.
A few months.
I stopped paying attention. Wasn't anything interesting going on, so whatever, dude. It's
Same.
another part of fucking Disneyland.
At this point, yes, it is.
Yeah.
So, if you guys were to open up a Star Wars theme park, what would be in it?
No, it would
Train
be...
course?
Sure.
Okay.
It would be a decent park. I mean, I would love... There would be petting zoo.
Would it be called Tranquility?
I mean, I'm trying to be serious now. And these
Oh,
guys
okay.
are going and, like,
Oh, fuck
still
you!
going with the dirty mind. You gonna ride a Rancor?
And a Tauntaun?
Dirk had to hide the smirk on that one with his mug. That was good.
And a Tauntaun?
Yeah, you can ride Tauntauns.
Yeah.
Eh.
Space whales? Any space whales at all?
No, fuck space whales.
Fuck you!
Fuck space whales.
Fuck you!
Okay.
Different podcast.
Not maybe.
Not anymore, apparently.
Alright, I'm gonna
Go to the other
leave
room.
you two at it.
No, I feel like a petting zoo would be pretty cool, and then you have some animals dressed up as like Tauntauns, Ewoks,
So, the
Wookiees.
so you got some kangaroos dressed up as Tauntauns.
I pictured a chihuahua dressed up as a tauntaun.
I would sell various paraphernalia. You could absolutely buy a costume for your chihuahua. That would make it look like a Tauntaun.
There you go.
Or a Rancor. Yeah, no, I feel like when most people go to something like this, like a theme park, they go for the experience. Like, so it would be very thematic throughout the whole park. There would be a lot of, actors and everything like that to be playing roles that you could experience in Star Wars. It makes you feel more like you're in Star Wars. I feel like something similar to like the Star Trek experience that existed in Las Vegas would be pretty cool, where you're going through like a whole little scenario, like you're being led through a whole scenario, and it's a series of rides that you experience that tell like a story, like you're trying to escape from the Empire or something like that. I feel like something like that would be pretty cool.
Or on the other hand, it can be on the other side, would be kind of like for fighting the rebellions.
See, that's the thing. You could have two separate series of rides, but one ride is you as the Imperials and one ride is you as the Rebels, and they kind of like intertwine between each other.
Apparently,
Just tell the story.
Disney doesn't understand that because they favor. You can totally see there's favoritism.
Well, yeah,
for Disney.
Absolutely. Like, I mean, they definitely favor the Rebels over the Empire, because the Empire is evil. They're Nazis. But yeah, no, like, I mean, there would be a couple of rides like that, and it would be like an experience. There'd be a lot of shops, definitely a couple of bars. I mean, it's an entire theme park, so it would have to be like you're walking into a city. It would feel like walking into like Mos Eisley or something like that. Okay, that's how I would do it. I think maybe themed after Naboo. I don't know. But anywho, yeah, no. Overall, it would be pretty normal kind of theme park. Well, I mean, if it's an entire theme park, there would be a lot of themed rides for it, because I mean, it's an entire park.
What would be the rides?
Riding a TIE fighter would be one of them. Riding in an X-wing, like just various simulations where you get to do stuff like that. There would be the 2 rides that are like a series of rides. You can actually, like, you don't have to take all of them at once. You don't have to go on all 3 at once, but you can if you want to. But you can, like, do it part way, so, like, you can do 1 and then see if you kind of float your boat, or if motion sickness is not a good thing for you. But, yeah, then there would be a bunch of shops. I mean, they would all be themed around Star Wars, so, like, I would definitely have several cantinas that you could go to, and yeah, they would, of course, the bartenders would be like, no droids allowed, kind of bullshit, and, you know.
Jesse, you can play Sabacc there?
Huh?
You can play Sabacc?
Yeah, sure, there would be Sabacc, Hollow Chess, all that stuff would probably be prevalent throughout the entire thing. You could probably buy, like, you could buy chessboards, but they wouldn't be hollow chessboards, but you could buy actual chessboards with, like, the mini piece, with, like, the clay pieces and everything like that. Would be for sale. Lightsabers would be for sale. I would like to see, like, random events happen throughout the park.
Oh, that'd be really cool.
So, like, a bounty hunter would catch a Jedi or something like that in the middle of the park, and so there'd be, like, this big kind of, like, battle kind of situation.
Like a show type of situation?
Yeah, it would be
like that.
Like random shows that would just pop up sporadically around the park, like
old Tucson type.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, or like let's say like some rebels, like it would be random, but like let's say like a group of rebels actors that were portraying rebels
Infiltrate.
take over like a bar or something, and then there would be like the Empire showing up like with a bunch of stormtroopers to like get rid of them. And it would be like Nerf battles or whatever, effectively.
Can you just imagine the darts going at each other?
Yeah, well,
I was thinking the animals.
Not Nerf, no.
Oh, okay.
No, like Nerf is in like Nerf guns.
Oh, okay. Alright.
You own one, you know what I'm
Gotcha.
talking about.
An animal?
No, a Nerf gun.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You own 4 animals.
Yeah, and I chased them with a Nerf gun.
Yeah, there you go. But yeah, like, they would effectively be like Nerf battles, so you don't have to worry about anyone getting, like, injured, but it would be like the Empire coming in, like, storming a cantina. So, like, the people that are at the cantina, they don't know what's going on, and then all of a sudden, like, all of these Imperial troopers just march in with, like, stormtroopers and everything, and are, like getting into Nerf gun battles or whatever in the middle of this cantina between, like, the rebels and the Empire, and, you know, maybe sometimes the rebels would be able to defeat the Empire, and they'd push back, and you know, people would cheer or whatever, and then sometimes the Empire would come in and take out all the rebels, and they would take over the thing.
That'd be fun, actually.
Like, just random little events like that throughout the park, I think would be really cool.
Yeah.
Next show at 12:30.
No, I wouldn't have a schedule for it. It would be random. That's the point.
Well,
so that you don't know if it's going to happen.
It wouldn't be shown, but there would have to be a schedule because you have to make sure that all the people are going to be there and all that stuff.
No, that's the point.
No, like, you have to have...
No.
For the workers?
Oh, for the workers?
Yeah, they have to have a schedule.
Well, no, the workers, I would leave it up to them as to when they want to do it, because honestly...
Never, because no one wants to actually work.
Nobody in your age group does.
Yeah, no, like, you can't tell me if you were one of the actors at this park...
I would fucking do it. I would volunteer.
Yes, you would.
I would volunteer.
You'd be like, I want to be one of the leaders of the rebel faction that's taking over this section, and I'll get a group of...
Yeah, sure.
Sure, Imperials or whatever. This is true, fair enough. Like, I want to be one of the I want to be one of the Imperials that are, like, going after these rebels. Like, you could literally go around, and it would be like there would be random events where, like, the Imperials are, like, just pulling... It would look like there are other... It would be the actors that are part of the park, but it would be like the Imperials being, like, stopping them in the middle of the park and be like, we need to see some ID kind of thing.
Oh!
Just, like, throughout there, so they're, like, constantly, like, searching for rebels and stuff like that. But it would be, like, little events like that, you know? Just, like, weird things that totally just put you into the entire setting, that make you feel like you're in Star Wars. So if you're rooting for the Empire, and what would be really cool is if, like, at the park, what would be really cool is if you could actually join a faction, and you could display, like, whether or not you're an Imperial. Like, you could when you enter the park, you can get, like, a badge that you wear. It's like a button that would essentially label you as either a rebel or an Imperial, so that you could.
Lanyard?
Yeah, well, anything really. But I mean, something that you would wear as you go in, so that you could like walk into. Like, there are certain areas of the park that would probably be, like, lean more towards Imperial or Rebel. Like, I'm not saying, like, people can't go to certain areas of the park. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying, like...
You're gonna get picked on if you're a Rebel and you're going to the Imperial.
Yeah, like, you'll get some good-natured
really?
living, like, oh, we don't accept Rebel scum here, if you're in the Imperial part of the park. And, like, that can fluctuate from day to day based on the events of, like, the random encounters that happen. Like... The Imperial side of the park might be Rebel one day, but might be Imperial another.
I'm thinking kind of like a capture the flag type of situation with that part. Not like that, but it would be kind of basically that without the actual capturing the flag.
It would just be like Rebels moved in and took over the area and took out all the Imperials, so they show up on the other side, or they show up somewhere else. Or then they have to, like, fight back. Like, just random stuff like that, so that the park is dynamic and it feels different every day. Which is the idea. Like, a lot of theme parks feel the same. Like, once you've been to Disneyland or, like, Six Flags or Knott's Berry Farm...
Or Hershey Park or...
Any one of these theme parks, once you've been to them once, you've effectively seen it. Like, it doesn't change. I mean, it does... It takes years for it to eventually change. I mean, like, Disneyland eventually added, like... Legoland, they added Toontown, they added California Adventure. Like, there's all
like
these...
Galaxy's Edge.
Oh, sorry, Legoland isn't part of Disneyland, but like they've added like a lot of other, and then just recently they added Star Wars Land, effectively. But it takes years for it to change, though, and this is something that would be an interim. Like, of course, the park would, update rides, change rides, build extensions to wherever it needs to, add different parts to the park, change shit around over time. But I feel like the randomness of the encounters and, like, the fluidity...
People would just go there just to watch that.
Yeah, like, you would get people that would pay an entrance fee to go into this park just to get that experience of, like, well, I'm going to join the Rebel faction today, and I'm going to support the Rebels, and we're going to go stick it to the Empire kind of situation, or I'm going to go into the park and represent the Imperials, and we're going to stick it to the Rebels, and it's kind of like, who owns what this week, and, all sorts of stuff. It could all change around, and that adds, I think, it adds enough to fluidity and change to the park on a basic level that it would feel like a different experience possibly each time you go, without having to, like, build sections of a new park or tear down old rides and build new rides, or shit that takes, like, a long time to do.
No, like, you can change out flags very easily.
Yeah,
overnight. So, like, one could be doing the Rebel flag, the other one could be the Imperial flag.
So I feel like stuff like that would be fun, just to add a certain degree of randomness and keep it fresh. Keep the park fresh. But, that would be cool.
Alright, so, can I steal that idea?
Because sure.
I like that idea, but the way that I want to kind of lay out my theme park is that there's going to be different sections, and it's different planets. And so those entrances between planets is hyperspace. So you're going through a tunnel, and it looks like you're going through hyperspace. And then you emerge out to a new, like, planet. So there could be a Tatooine planet. There's going to be Tatooine planet. Tatooine, one can be, like, Endor. It could be Coruscant, Mustafar, Kamino, Utapau. All these planets. And you're going through hyperspace with the tubes and all that stuff. And so you feel like you're actually going to different planets and all that at that point.
Okay.
And then you can have the Imperials and the Rebels going through hyperspace and taking over each planet and all that stuff during then, too. That would be kind of fun. It'd be kind of like a big old Battlefront game at that point, too, playing Conquest in Battlefront 2.
Yeah, I guess.
As that way.
I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
Add up points.
Also, then I would also have add on the dark side. Also,
our bar and grill.
Yeah, our bar and grill
on the dark side.
Bar and grill.
Vader would be cooking in the back.
And it would be a guy dressed up as Vader. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Emperor would be the guy who greets you.
He'd be the greeter. Where are you sitting this evening? I know just the place.
It would be really cool.
What about you?
Yeah.
Can I steal your idea?
Seriously?
It's a good idea, dude.
Yeah, go for
Can I
it.
steal your idea?
Wait, can I add one more thing? One of the rides, so the rides would also, some of them would be VR, so you get that immersive, but you're still going in the ride, and so one of them would be like the trench run, where you're a TIE fighter or an X-Wing doing the trench run, and you're battling against other people on that ride and everything. So it's multiple coasters going at the same time, but it's one like simulation at that point, which I think would be kind of cool. Okay, now go.
Can I steal your idea?
Yeah.
Can I steal your idea?
Yeah.
Alright. Done. With one more thing added.
Okay, cool.
A paintball section. You could be fight for either side.
All right.
Laser tag or paintball?
No, paintball.
I like
Okay.
paintball.
Okay.
And
You want to cause the little children
paintball.
to
Yes.
hurt.
Oh my God,
That's
bruise those
really
pricks.
it. You want to bruise.
They gotta sign a waiver to go in, of course, but
Will you allow your child to be bruised? Yes. Okay. Here you go.
Yeah. You know that paintball can cause all of this, and you're allowing your child to come in here. No one under the age of 10. So it's 10 and above. Because hitting an
Alright.
8-year-old, I mean, that's just abusive. A 10-year-old deserves it sometimes. Not
8-year-old
hitting them
deserves it
physically with a
sometimes.
If it
paintball,
opens
people.
its mouth, it deserves it.
I open my mouth. You open your
And
mouth.
you deserve it.
Do you deserve it?
Yes.
Do you deserve it, BJ?
No.
sure.
BJ doesn't
No,
deserve it?
BJ gets away with anything he says.
That's
Not true at all. I'm the only person that's been critiqued for the shit I
Yeah.
I forgot to start it.
said. You forgot to
Perfect.
start
We
the
did great.
timer.
We did
Well, you know
good.
what? I know exactly how long we've been
Well,
recording.
that's good.
No, that's great. What he was going to add is the same shit I would have added. Different planet areas.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
See, I feel like the different planet
Because
idea is
each planet has a different feel.
I understand that, but the thing is like having a bunch of different planets in the park. I think it spreads it out because you're
Well, yeah.
not. Well, no,
You're
see,
there for days, damn
Well,
it.
no. See, the problem is like if you do a bunch of these little different planets, then you're getting a little bit of each planet, but you're not getting fully immersed in each one. It's like it's the problem of
You can
like a
spend
jack of all
day
trades.
in one.
Yeah, but I mean, you're not gonna have enough space to fully flesh out.
Why not? You didn't say anything about space.
True.
I guess. How
Yeah,
big is your
it's-
park gonna be?
How big is Disneyland?
How big is Arizona?
Okay, just
Arizona's pretty
Do
big.
the whole damn fucking
State?
thing. No, just make something big to where you can actually do it. Don't limit yourself to one small area.
Well, I'm not.
like
I'm not thinking a small area. I'm
Disneyland
just
is
thinking.
huge.
Yeah,
It
I'm
is
thinking.
big.
I'm thinking something the size of Disneyland, but if you do it themed off of just one area, like Tatooine or Naboo or something like that, it really allows you to build up a lot of infrastructure
While he's
around
talking,
that theme.
look up how big Disneyland is.
Okay.
Oh, it's fucking huge.
I
But-
want to know the exact acreage.
But I'm saying if you take Disneyland and you parse it up in all of these small, like Toontown was tiny. It wasn't like very big. Same thing with like Toy Story, like had its own area, and that wasn't very big. Like
85 acres.
That's not that big.
Yeah,
I know.
actually, that's not that big. Oh, they've separated everything. So Magic Kingdom Park is 107 acres. Knott's Berry Farm is 57 acres.
Knott's
Total.
Berry Farm
Total.
isn't part of Disneyland.
Toad.
Okay, so there is 85 acres for Disney. California Adventures.
You add it all up and give me a total.
Okay, cool.
Jeez. Fucking.
Yeah. But anyway, I'm just saying, like, if you break it up that way, because I mean, like, that's effectively what Disneyland did with California Adventure. California Adventure is its own separate park,
Right.
practically, because they realized that if it was just an addition onto Disneyland, they wouldn't be able to do it justice. So they just made it its own whole park.
Yeah.
and which is bigger apparently than actual Disneyland proper. So I get that, but I'm just saying, if we're doing one whole park, I would prefer it be themed around one particular area, and then you essentially just build up that area.
Okay.
Like, you actually have, like, if it's Naboo, you could actually have, like, the palace, you know, of Naboo in there. Like, life size.
Yeah.
You couldn't do that if you make it, like, I feel like you couldn't do something like that effectively if you parsed it out into, like, well, this section's Naboo, this section's Tatooine, this section's Dagobah, this section is...
Why not?
Because it would be too big. There's a problem with parks being too big. If you go too big, people aren't going to want to walk around everywhere.
I don't want to just go to the capital city of Naboo. If I want to experience Star Wars, I want to go
Well,
to
that's
different places.
Let's do Disney World. Can we do Disney World?
How big is
Whatever,
Disney World?
dude.
Apparently it's 30,000 acres.
Okay, that's better.
That's more like Star Wars Land. That's the Star Wars Land I want.
Okay. That's
You could-
some square miles there.
That's a little bit.
Seriously?
It says it's 47 square miles of land.
Walt Disney World Resort is made up of 47 square miles of land, or about 30,000
That is
acres.
everything, though. That is all the land.
That's Epcot Center, that's everything.
Everything. That's even the new
Land of the
Galaxy's
Future.
Edge. That's going over there, too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
See? That's not so bad.
30,000 acres.
I think we could do it in 1 square mile.
I'm just saying, like, I wouldn't do Naboo. I would actually make up my own planet. I would make up a new planet.
That's what they did with Galaxy's Edge, though.
Yeah, but I would make up my own planet, and then that would be the entire park. So you could actually flesh out an entire setting and a story for the entire area.
Okay.
Instead of it being like Tatooine, which everyone knows, like, if you do the park with, like, all of these already established kind of things, then you're kind of expected to have, like, certain things exist within those areas
I'm thinking,
that people are familiar with.
I'm thinking
that
along
makes
the
it.
lines of, we have Mos Eisley Cantina, we
Yeah.
have the Jedi Temple, we have
But the thing is,
the Sith Temple.
Mm-hmm.
We have just in these different areas, we have certain iconic things.
well, the thing is if you make up your own setting, you could have those still.
Why
You
would there be a Sith Temple anywhere but Mustafar?
Malachor.
Malachor.
No, not even Malachor.
Malachor is...
Korriban.
Korriban has Sith Temple. Malachor is also a super weapon, a Sith super weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Korriban is where all the temples are, because that's where they taught all the students. That's where
Right.
the schools were.
Technically, Yavins also has Sith things.
Oh, yeah.
Yavin 4 has
That's
Sith
old.
temples.
But Yavin 4 had both Sith temples and Jedi temples on
Okay,
it.
but you said it's not. It's your own, so would it still have
Yeah,
Jedi and
that's
Sith
what I'm saying,
Temple,
like,
or are they
just-
so far on the outer realm?
No. See, the thing is if you make up your own setting, your own planet, you can put all this stuff on there. You can have, like, a cantina. You can actually have biomes to this planet, so it actually feels like you're going, like, there's a desert section to it, which can feel like Tatooine, but isn't. It's part of the planet. Because that's, as I've stated,
Okay.
Star Wars has single biome fucking planets.
So then you would be out. It wouldn't be Star Wars then, because it won't be a single biome then. At that point.
No, it's
Who's an
I'm
asshole
just saying.
now?
I'm just saying,
Fuck
man.
you.
I'm just saying that.
I'm making a realistic planet in a park.
Are we gonna?
What?
Are we,
What?
are we gonna call it BJ Land?
Oh yeah! Oh yeah!
Okay.
Sex.
Okay.
No.
Middle of hut space.
But the thing is
Aw.
that makes sense.
That's why you get slimed when you walk in.
True that. No, I'm just saying, like, you could.
Oh God.
You could effectively, if you have, like, this big, like, 30,000 acre park, and you base it all off of, like, one planet, you can actually have like multiple biomes of this one planet. So you can have like the desert kind of section that feels like Tatooine, but you're still on the planet. Like you're not traveling through hyperspace or anything like that. You could also have rides that simulate going into orbit over the planet and getting into like combat. You know, like you could have
like the ET ride at Universal Studios.
or Captain Nemo.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you can actually like.
Oh, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Real quick, the ET ride. You go through and you go to their planet, and you come out and you're back on Earth, and it's all miniaturized shit, but it looks like you're coming in from atmosphere over the town. It's really kind of cool.
Huh.
So I'm just saying, like,
and it only takes up about this much space.
Yeah, it's super tall. They were very effective on those rides.
But seriously,
but you could actually have like rides where it's like, you know, you're having like a kind of conflict between the Empire and the Rebels or something like that going on in orbit. You can have a ride that simulates that. But I'm just saying, like, you don't need to go to the other planets, because the idea is that you're doing an entire story. Like the whole park is to tell the person that enters the park's adventure. It's not your... See, if you theme it after like a bunch of different areas, then you're just retelling Star Wars, you're regurgitating Star Wars back at the person that's walking into there. You want the person, when they walk in, to feel like they're walking into something fresh, something new, which I could see why they did what they did with Star Wars Land at at Disneyland. Why they made a whole new planet and kind of like wrote an entire story and theme for that area, is because they want it to feel fresh, they want it to feel new. They don't want you to walk into it.
But the Falcon's there.
Well, the Falcon can exist anywhere. You can have Falcon at the park that I'm
new.
theoretically talking about.
But that's not new.
you also have Hondo. Hondo.
Fondue? Has he made a cheese?
No, Hondo was in the Clone Wars and also in Resistance for Rebels. There we go.
Well, you need enough familiar stuff to, like... See, that's why you could have, like, your Jedi temples. You can have a cantina. You can have all that stuff in there. You don't have to call it Mos Eisley, because, I mean, you're not on Tatooine. But, like, you can have all these things that are familiar. You can have, like, you know, the Millennium Falcon be there. You can have... Fuck, you can even have, like, Dash Rendar or Redar or whatever the fuck. The Dash motherfucker from Shadows of the Empire. His not a Millennium Falcon. You could have that there. You could have... like a Lambda shuttle fucking parked somewhere and it be a ride. I don't know. You can have all sorts of shit, like TIE fighters and X-Wings.
That's what I would actually have, not to kind of cut you off there, but in the beginning... in the beginning of my theme park, it would be a spaceport first, so then you can pick which way that you would go through hyperspace, and you'd go to that planet at that point. And it wouldn't be... It's not going to be shoving down, like, the Star Wars. It's going to be familiar planets and all that stuff, just so you can feel connected to Star Wars, but it's not going to be shoving down its own storyline or anything. There's not going to be the only storyline would be, like, the Empire and the Resistance, and the Rebels going against each other.
I get that, but the thing is by having all of those locations already there, they're kind of expecting to see certain things. Like, if they're able to visit Tatooine during the Rebellion era, they want to see, like, that scene from Obi-Wan Kenobi and Luke Skywalker. So you're going to need actors to, like, be around to do that. Like, that's what people are going to expect. Like, if you have Naboo, they're going to want to see, like, Queen Amidala. Like, they're going to.
I don't think so. I think as long as
I think you're underestimating what people want. The reason people don't like the new Star Wars is because it's not the old Star Wars.
I don't like it because it doesn't feel like Star Wars.
It's not the old Star Wars.
Exactly. It's not Star Wars. That's the thing.
So that's your problem. And that
it doesn't feel like Star Wars.
So if you walked into a theme park and you saw, like, Luke Skywalker, like an actor looking like Luke Skywalker. You saw Darth Vader walking down the walkway. You saw fucking Captain Phasma.
That would take me out because Phasma doesn't belong where Darth Vader is. Darth Vader's dead by that point, so you can't have all these characters.
But you could have them in different worlds.
No, because it needs to follow the same timeline at that point, so that's why I would not have any major
Why does
character.
it? Because, I mean, you're visiting, like, why would you visit Naboo when you also have it during Rebellion era? Because nothing is going on Naboo except for the fact that the Emperor literally lives on Naboo. So then, like, you would want to have an actor walking around on Naboo. Because he does. If this is taking place during the Rebellion era and you have Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker, Obi-Wan Kenobi on, like, Tatooine, then if you have Naboo over here, then you have to have the Emperor there because the Emperor's retreat is literally, like, the only thing that exists on Naboo at that point.
I mean, that's not true because there's the entire city of Theed there as well.
It's right next to the capital of Theed.
Exactly.
Yes. And that's the Emperor's retreat. That's
but
where
you
he
can
lives.
go to Theed without seeing the Emperor.
But people would want to see the Emperor. They'd want to visit the Emperor's retreat because it's the only reason to go to Naboo.
Well, maybe like a once a year they can have a parade and the Emperor would be there at that point.
I'm saying you don't need to have that.
I don't think an actor would need to be there, though. If you have an entire...
Why not?
Because it would take you out, because it's
No, it would put you further in, wouldn't it?
No!
You see the Emperor sitting over there, wouldn't you feel more immersed?
No, because everyone's going to crowd around him at that point.
Everyone's going to crowd around everything. It's Star Wars.
No.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but no. Still, I disagree with you on that.
Oh.
I don't think the actors or the characters need to be there at all.
Okay, then how... So then literally the only thing that's going to be there is just the setting.
No, the characters who are playing stormtroopers and rebel people and troopers and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And you can have, like, generals, but it wouldn't be, like, General Veers or anything like that, because...
Why not?
It would be... There's major characters. No, because then it involves crowding around and all that stuff. Yes, it's a theme park, but then...
But you're at the locations that these characters... Like, if you had a Hoth location, wouldn't you expect to see Admiral Veers there?
No.
Why not?
Because he's barely there.
So, he's there. You have to understand, Jacob, the vast majority of the people that would be going to this park have only seen the movies. So they would only know Admiral Veers from Hoth.
No, I don't think they need to have the characters there.
Well, that's nice, but they would disagree.
I don't think so.
I think they would.
Well, we'll agree to disagree then.
Oh.
Dirk, your comments.
I was enjoying that. I didn't have to say anything.
Do you have an opinion on that at all?
Yeah.
What?
If Disney didn't have characters, do you think it'd be as big as it is?
It's the characters that bring people to it.
There you go.
And if you're not having any characters in your park, why go?
There's no Kylo Ren at this new Galaxy's Edge.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
There's
but I mean, there's
Rey,
no Darth
there's
Vader
no
either.
Rose,
Oh.
there's no Finn, there's
Okay,
no
so
none
far
of
I'm not
that.
having an issue with this.
It's not the characters that are bringing them to Galaxy's Edge. It's Star Wars land.
True.
So they do not need to have characters.
But the thing is they've created a planet that's outside of everything that's already been established.
the Millennium Falcon is there, but there is
So?
no Han Solo and no Chewbacca.
The Millennium Falcon isn't there. That doesn't matter.
Yes, it does.
Well, no.
In your theory that
I'm
if theirs is on Hoth,
Okay.
if
But according
Han
to you,
is on the Millennium Falcon, Han needs to be there.
are you sure?
Han needs to be there.
The
In
Millennium
your-
Falcon existed before Han had it.
with Lando, but Lando's not there either.
Well, it
It
existed
exists
before Lando owned it.
Same thing with Hoth. Hoth was there before Veers,
Okay,
and was
why
way
would you
after.
why would you want to go to Hoth if nothing is happening there?
So you can see Hoth. You're in Hoth.
Okay.
You can go into Echo Base.
So it's almost like a museum then at this point.
I don't think so.
There would be rides. There would be a little bit of
It
museum.
feels more like a
What are
museum.
you riding on Hoth?
Tauntaun ride.
It's the only ride this thing has.
On Hoth, yeah.
You're gonna have screaming children all over the place.
It's gonna be real bad.
But that-
Your idea of a park almost sounds like a museum or a shrine set up to all of the different things that are already
that's what
exist,
Galaxy
which
Edge is.
cool.
It only has 2 rides, and it's an experience. Correct?
Yes, but the thing
That's
is,
what
There
this
are
it's
all
not
kinds of things within the park that you can do.
You
his
can buy
idea.
things
His
you
idea of
can
a theme park.
interact
You
with.
you can buy.
things you
That
can
is what Disney
interact
is. They
with.
are greedy, and all you can do is buy. Yes, you can build a lightsaber for $200.
His idea of a theme park is a place that has a million rides.
That's what a theme park is.
Actually, no, it's not even in the name. The name is theme park. It's a park that is themed after a thing.
Yes,
Disneyland is themed after Disneyland.
and it has rights, doesn't it?
Yeah, some of them
It's
are
not
good,
the-
some of them are not.
and
But
it's
you've
not
never
the
been to
only-
Disneyland, you don't know.
I've seen Disneyland in TV shows.
It doesn't matter, you haven't been there. I've been there, I've seen downtown Disney.
Okay,
It's nothing but
Hershey
shops.
Park then.
Stop. I've seen it on TV, so I know all about it.
That's not what I said at all. Okay, Hershey Park then. It is about candy. It is a theme park about candy.
Yeah.
And all it is it has chocolate, and it has rides, and it has a water park next to it.
Well,
I've been to Hershey Park.
well, Knott's Berry Farm is a theme park as well. It's just about Knott's Berry Farm, which is where they make jelly. They have some really awesome Halloween parks. But yeah, there's rides there. But I mean, there's a shit ton of shops too.
Exactly what Galaxy's Edge is.
There's a shit ton of I mean, you're comparing Galaxy's Edge to an entire theme park, man. Galaxy's Edge is only part of Star Wars. Or is only part of the overall, like, Disneyland.
part of Star Wars.
It is, but it's also only part of Disneyland. It's not entire Disneyland. There weren't that many rides in Toontown when Toontown existed. They had to tear Toontown down to make Star Wars Land, so it doesn't exist anymore.
Cool.
It was fun when it existed.
Probably more fun than Galaxy's Edge, to be honest.
No, there wasn't that many rides. And that's your idea of what a theme park should be, is a bunch of rides. There aren't any rides in the fucking Marvel section of Disneyland.
It's probably not fun then.
What are you talking about?
It's an experience. It's like a museum, like you said.
Well, that's what you're saying. I didn't say my park
No.
would be a museum.
I-
Your park sounds a lot
I
like
would
a
have
museum.
rides and all that stuff. It's just not the main characters are going to be around. That is what I've been arguing this entire time, BJ. None of the main characters are
the
going to be
thing is,
around. There's not going to
Then
be.
it'll
a
feel
museum.
empty.
No,
Like,
it won't.
why would you go to these places if you just can't see what you expect to see at those places?
Would you rather have 1,000 Darth Vaders on every single planet then, since we're the one that's following him
No.
on this entire thing?
According to your park, the way it should be set up is there would be Darth Vader, and he would be going around with his entourage, and he would travel from planet to planet, taking over sections for the Empire. I would expect something like that from something like your park. But unfortunately, that won't exist in your park because you won't have any main characters.
Because there doesn't need to be characters. Because it's
Why
supposed
not?
to be. It's supposed to be an experience.
Yeah,
And
and
if
that
you
is
see-
definitely an
And
experience.
if you see Darth Vader, it's going to take you out of the experience because it's going to go right. Yes, it is.
No, it's gonna take you. It wouldn't take me. I would be like, fucking, I'd walk up to Darth Vader, kneel down, and be like, what is thy bidding, my master?
Take us out.
Oh yeah, it's definitely time.
Why me?
Because you're angry. Do it.
Am I?
Yes.
I'm not angry. Not at all.
Well, then take us out. Happily.
Thank you for joining the BlueMilk podcast. I hope you really enjoyed this. Why are you hurting over there?
Dude.
What?
My eye.
I hope you enjoyed this very passionate episode about making theme parks that will never ever happen because Disney's greedy. They just want to sell shit to you.
Jacob doesn't have enough boobs in his.
See, I got boobs in mine.
Yeah. Not once did you mention boobs.
No.
Yeah. You have no boobs. You have a boobless theme park. There's no fun there.
Would it make you feel better?
I mean, to
If
be
you
fair,
had
boobs
boobs,
are
if I had
fun.
boobs.
Boobs are fun.
Women love
Yeah.
boobs, men love boobs, everyone loves boobs. Babies love boobs, everyone loves boobs.
Old people love boobs.
God, everyone loves boobs. Boobs are just the greatest.
Did we just figure out how to have peace on Earth as boobs?
If all women just walked around topless and we got to stare at boobs all day, God, that'd get old
Nothing to
real
get
quick.
done.
Well, nothing would get done immediately, but after a while, we just get so desensitized. We'd just be like, "Oh, it's boobs." We'd be so used to boobs.
Anyway,
We'd still look at
anyway.
it.
thanks for joining us on the BlueMilk podcast today. Hope you enjoyed our very passionate, discussion about theme parks and such. Go watch our sister podcasts, the Mile High Show and the Real Film Nerds. The Mats would appreciate it. Why is he's staring at me, guys? He's staring at me.
Pay attention. Don't pay attention.
Don't pay attention to him. He's still staring at me.
There you go.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate it.
No problem.
Go
Just focus on the camera.
Thank you, appreciate it. Go follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Like, share, subscribe, all of that fun stuff right there. I can see him. I can still see him.
Focus on the camera. Just focus on the camera.
We have a Patreon, so if you guys want to support us,
Just focus on the camera.
if you would like to focus, we have 2 tiers, or you can just give us a random fucking donation at any